cinema matinee. I ain't got $7.50 to pay.
Everybody now.
I really went into this thinking that it stood for easy ass.
Easy ass.
Which it kind of is. I mean, it's easy in that, you know, you get a $20 McDonald's gift card.
That's the lamest deal ever. Hey, I'll pay you $100 not to f me.
You know what? I'm sorry. I get that for free every day. No, we got Emma Stone in this movie. The reason why it's called Easy is because she's a student in school who, she's not really the most noticeable of students, which I don't know why, because she's hot.
Fantasy
She is
world.
hot. Yes, this takes place in the land of make-believe.
It does.
It baffled me for about a minute. I'm just like, okay, you know, I'm gonna go with it, whatever. But her friend is telling her, like, you know something? I bet that you have lost your virginity. So she makes up this whole thing of like, yeah, I was staying at home with the guy who goes to community college. And of course, a little loudmouth, big titty friend goes around school and tells everybody that she lost her virginity. All of a sudden, she's popular. And she has a gay friend who's like, you know what? Let's just say we f***ed each other and maybe that'll keep people from beating me up. And they decide to concoct this whole thing of going into a room, making a lot of noise, and pretending like they had sex. Well, of course, from this point on, she's a slut. And I guess in high school, I didn't go to this high school, you know, that was a great thing. But apparently in this high school, in this world, that's a wonderful thing that would just put you at the top of the popularity
Well,
contest.
sort of. I mean, even from the beginning, it's a mixed bag. I mean, not only are the right-wing Christian girls, Amanda Bynes and her little crowd, looking their noses down at her, but there are other people too. I mean, there's that sort of, it's notoriety. It's not really popularity.
She starts to realize, okay, maybe this isn't a good thing. But then these desperate guys come up who are like, you know, I'm fat, I'm popular, I'm black, you know, I can't get laid in this high school. I really need your help. I will pay you if you would, you know, not have sex with me.
Tell people
that we did.
Or let me say that we had sex.
I
and
just
not
got
deny
to
it.
third base or something. It quickly spins out of control. And my biggest problem with this movie is what the hook was for me, which is, oh man, it's a good premise for this film. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this. But it was in the film, it was just really hard for me to buy into that. But I mean, the other thing that bothered me about this movie is that it has an extremely liberal slant to it. I mean, everything they do is trying to tell you, look how liberal this movie is. Stanley Tucci and Patricia Clarkson are Emma Stone's parents in the movie. And they are so liberal right down to, we don't punish our kid to, look, we've adopted a little black child.
A black kid can't ever truly love white parents. That's what he's clearly saying. It's some weird liberal fantasy.
Well, and plus, he's saying that he went out, Stanley Tucci went out one day and PetSmart was closed, so he just adopted a black kid. But yeah, they are liberal to the point.
Does this one come with a cage?
They're liberal to the point of being like even more liberal than hippie. Well, I can tell you, like, one of the big pluses with the movie is the writing and the fact that, like, Emma Stone's character, not only is she charming, but she's smarter than most. Like, they talk about how she talks like an adult, but it's hard to, like, look at Emma Stone and not go, yeah, but she really is an adult. And as much as you go along with the movie and enjoy it for what it is, I found that toward the last 15 minutes, it would stay grounded up until then, and it just goes completely into fantasy land for the wrap up.
That's what it is. It's this idea seemed like it was supposed to be somewhat smarter, but it plays out in a way where not only is it too exaggerated itself, but the characters in this movie, like, look, you know, I'd be the last one to get up and like defend religion, but the Christians in this movie were some of the most outlandish characters I'd seen in a film as a group, because I mean, they do that whole thing of like being blustery.
It definitely felt like it was a love letter to the John Hughes film.
Oh, definitely.
But you know what? It at least those segments when it happened, I was really loving the film. I really was enjoying the dialogue. I even liked the characters for what they were. Yeah, you know, it had like a cliche type of ending, but I didn't mind it.
No, I mean, the movie's enjoyable though. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's a bad film by any means. It just disappoints me because it's a movie where in the beginning I liked it more than I did as it went along, especially near the end when they have a dance number that I thought was completely horrible.
To me, that was like, you know what? I think I really like this film. And that was when I'm like, all right, you guys just had to blow it, didn't you?
We knew it was coming. They even said earlier that it was coming. And I was like, God damn it, they are going to do a musical number at some point.
Yeah,
right?
I like the movie. I do. I wish it could have gave me more. All the characters, even the exaggerated ones, I did like at some point. If nothing else, they just made me laugh. So I give it a mad name.
I'm giving it a full price only because I laughed my ass off throughout the whole thing. Emma Stone really carries this entire movie.
To me, watch this movie is like seeing Emma Stone fulfill her destiny to become the new Lindsay Lohan.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
this was so like Mean Girls. And despite all the flaws I talked about, I still mostly liked it, except for that crowbar scene, which really knocked it down to a low matinee for me.
On the whole, for her as an actress, it does work. I think audiences are going to respond to her in that way and go, wow, finally someone can pick up where Lindsay Lohan left off right before she left to go do that line of cocaine.
And what the hell is up with Amanda Bynes' head?
Yeah, something is wrong there.
Olive. That's your name, right?
Yeah, and you're Marianne.
We've had 9 classes together since kindergarten. 10 if you count Religion of Other Cultures, which you didn't because you called it science fiction and refused to go.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not the one that you have to answer to for your depraved behavior. There's a higher power that will judge you for your indecency.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like her
it's really
face-
swollen, and
It's like her face is trying to swallow up her eyes. You know, it's like that one.
Or else she knows that she didn't know how long she has in this career. She's storing nuts for the winter. I think I saw a couple of nuts spit out of her mouth in the season when Emma Stone.
that poor girl.
It's one thing to store nuts in your cheek, but in the rest of your head, like your forehead and your ears. Yeah.
Try to make it real.